whose Chatuna I wasn't able to be at because I was in Israel. And I'm so moved to see the two of you together, and the prayer that we can be together more often, and in Eretz Israel, that's the place to be. And just bless you, and just how happy we are for you. And my wife sends her blessings and love too. So last night we started at the end of the song. Tonight we'll start at the beginning. We might just sing one or two, but that's all I want to share with you. That resonance that this song does for me, and opens up channels inside of us. And so those of you who weren't here last night, please join in whenever you feel comfortable. You see the sphere or arrayed here in descending order from Keter to Malchut, it says, from your crown to your feet. Basically very similar to what we just said. Meditate on the Shem Havaya that appears at the end of each stanza, Hashem's name at the end of each stanza. Each Havaya with its particular vowel points is the inner level of its corresponding sphera. What does that mean? That the vowel, that the Yud Ke Vav Ke voweled with kamatz. Right. This is what you see in the song, but here you see it bigger. You see this spherotic array. And so you see, but instead of the names of the sphirot, you see just the same name over and over again, but with different vowels. And they're really just a system of dots and dashes, right? Male and female. Dashes are male, and female, and dots are female. And most of them are dots, and only one of them is a dash, except that the top one is the only one that's a dash and a dot. What is going on here, right? What does all this mean? It's actually a meaningful system. There's incredible teachings in the Zohar, especially the Tikkunei Zohar. Male, female, all of them are either male or female except one, which is male, female. It's before the separation, before the division. And then it becomes male, female, but these two here are called Chochmah and Bina, are called two friends who never part. They're called Mommy and Daddy, Abba and Ima, and they're separate, but they're two friends who never part. They always work together. The right and left hemispheres, corresponding to our right and left hemispheres. And the one above is Grandpa and Grandma. It's called Atika Kadisha. And it's male, female, because it's before separation. Again, then, the Yud and the Hey, or the Chochmah and the Bina, separation, but completely united, always working together. And then the Vav and the Hey, maybe I'm mixing too much in here, but below is the possibility of separation. And we said last night it would be like the father and the mother, and the son and the daughter, and then the son and the daughter get married, and they grow up to be Mommy and Daddy, two friends who never part, and then they become Grandpa and Grandma. They're one. So it starts in oneness, it comes down into the possibility of separation. We down here, we below here, we unite opposites, and we come together into meaningful connection. And then we get so close that we're still two pillars, right? But we're together. And then we become so close that we go back to the original oneness. But having gone down and been part of it, it's a beautiful fountain, right? So it's actually reflected in the vowels also. That the one at the top is called kamatz. Kamatz, you have it in Hebrew as a kamsan, as a stingy person. Why would the highest one corresponding to Keter be called a kamsan? So I thought about it. Anybody else want to venture an understanding of why the vowel of Keter that represents The highest sphera would be called kamatz, which is similar to being a stingy, tight-fisted person. Comes up. What do you think, David? David, all the Davids. Yes.
Hi, I'm
Rena.
Rena. Maybe it's because it's the beginning of the revelation, so instead of the revelation being full from the start, it has to go down slowly in more restricted levels, so that's like the first restriction.
Beautiful. If the Keter would open up full throttle and allow all the light that it received to come down, there wouldn't be any possibility of individual existence down here. It would be so overwhelming. So it has to be a gate that stops the full flow and only lets down a little bit in order that each one of us can receive it in the proper way.
Can I add?
Yeah, David.
So Keter is acting on the Pramon Shlama Rebbe's level, which is Keter really wants us to earn the learning and not just give it to us. So if Keter is a little stingy, then we have to work harder to get it, but then the reward will be that much.
Yeah. So the song goes, if I should maybe drink some water first. L'chaim. Everybody, all of you who I know a little bit, and thank you so much for coming, and those who are here for the first time, and maybe the second time, just l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol nהיה b'dbaro.
Amen.
Everybody's invited whenever they need something, even during the class, to take a bite, take a plate. Something happened here, Chana. Make sure he's on. Are you there, Steve?
Incoming.
It's on mute under strict orders,
Not incoming.
Okay.
Not an incoming. It's okay.
El mistatel b'shafrir cheviyon hasechel hanelam mikol rayon ila tailot mukhta beketer elyon keter yitnu lecha Bereshit Toratecha HaKeduma Reshuma Chochmatecha Hasetu Me'ain timatzeh v'hine lama Reshit Chochma Yira Thank you so much. It helps so much when you sing along. Mamish belt it out. Rechov Nahar Nachale Emunah Ba'im Avukim Yedele Meish Tevunah Tosoteha Hamishim Share Binah Emunim Notzer Wow. Okay. Let's just let that name just reverberate into the universe. Hashem allows us to say His name. He allows us to think His name. He allows us to rise up on the ladder of His name, on the ladder of sound, on the ladder of letters, and all the ladders, to feel His presence here, not have to go anywhere.
No.
The ladders lead up, but when you come down to it, we don't have to go anywhere. That's what I feel the Baal Shem Tov does to prayer. Prayer used to be before the Baal Shem Tov. The main metaphor was going up and up and up and up until you get to Atzilut, you get to the highest world, and there's only Hashem. And it's a vertical metaphor. And the Baal Shem Tov said, just take away the blocks that are preventing you from knowing that it's here. So that's so special also. Okay. So